Softball sets a new win streak record.
And baseball wins at conference play.
All this and much more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome in, everybody. This is the Penguin Rundown. I'm Dom Joseph alongside Kelsey Norris. Kelsey, your first time hosting. How's it feel?
I'm really excited. It's my first time, and there's a lot going on this week, so it's going to be really exciting.
Absolutely. A lot going on in YSU sports, a lot of victories to talk about, and you're going to get us started with some men's and women's tennis, so go ahead and take off.
All right. The men's tennis team will be traveling to Northern Kentucky to take on the Norse on Friday at 11 a.m. After that, the Gwins will also be traveling to Wright State on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Good luck to the team as they look to expand on their current 8-7 record. The women's tennis team had a hard weekend. They first suffered a tough 4-3 loss to Detroit Mercy on Saturday night. The team tried its best but came up short in doubles play, dropping 2 out of 3 matches. On Sunday, the Gwins played Oakland. Though they fought hard and won the doubles point and 2 single matches, they ultimately lost 4-3. YSU will be back in action on Friday when we visit Northern Kentucky. For more details, visit ysusports.com.
This past weekend, the men's golf team had 5 golfers finish in the top 15 and got their first victory on Sunday at the Towson Spring Invitational. The Gwins posted a 2-round score of 588 in a 3-way tie with Towson and Sacred Heart. The golfers who finished in the top 15 of individual standings were Kevin Schur and Zach Ford in the first round, who each shot 147 to tie for 9th place. The next 3 were C.J. Hughes, Ken Keller, and Jason McEwen, who had a 2-round score of 149 to finish in a 15th place tie. Hughes and McEwen both earned their second top 15 finish, while it was Keller's first. The men's next match will be April 15th at the Southern Intercollegiate, hosted by Georgia, at Athens Country Club, and then we'll get ready to play in the Horizon League tournament. The Youngstown State women's golf team had a great performance at the Indiana State Invitational, placing 2nd overall. 5 of the Youngstown representatives placed in the top 15. Their overall score as a team set a new school record once again with a 585. Sophomore Kara Raines received medalist honors at this one-day shootout. Her teammate Pathita Khan Rudy finished proudly in 3rd, while Tori Utrip tied for 5th. Nice job to the women's this past Saturday, and they'll soon be back in action this weekend at home when they host the YSU Spring Invitational. Be sure to go out and show your support for the team this Saturday.
The baseball team hosted Horizon League leader UIC this past weekend out at Eastwood Field. YSU had a strong showing as they won the series, taking 2 of the 3 games. In Game 1 on Friday, Philip Glasser went 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Lucas Nasanti went 2 for 3 as well in the 7-3 victory. Colin Clark had an outstanding night on the mound as he threw 8 innings, giving up only 5 hits and striking out 4 on his way to the win. In Game 2 on Saturday, it was pitching once again that hung tough, as Travis Perry picked up his first win of the season, going 7 2/3 innings, and striking out 3 on the afternoon. The bats were alive and well as Trevor Wiersma went 3 for 4, Jeff Wheeler went 3 for 5, and Drew Dickerson went 2 for 4 on the way to the 6-5 win. Then, unfortunately, on Sunday, UIC would salvage Game 3 and come out on top by a final of 8-3. However, the hottest bat last week for the Gwins was Blaze Glenn's. Last week, Glenn hit .625 for the week, 2 home runs, and a double, while recording 8 RBIs in just 16 at-bats, including going for 4 for 4 with a homer and career-high 5 RBIs on Friday, earning him the Nike Horizon League Batter of the Week award. We had the opportunity to talk to Glenn this week, as well as pitcher Colin Clark, about the recent success.
Have you guys set any goals as a team for the rest of the season?
Just win series, go 2-1, try to sweep series. Just most importantly, get that Friday win, and so we can build off of that into the rest of the weekend.
And as a pitching core, have you guys set any goals for the rest of the season?
Just keep ourselves in the game. I think, anytime you can give up 4 or less runs with the way our offense has been recently, we're going to compete and win a lot of baseball games. So as long as we're keeping ourselves, in the game and as well just getting ahead in the count and staying on top of batters, attacking, we'll be fine.
So you guys have a big series at Milwaukee this weekend. Are there any adjustments being made from this past weekend to this coming weekend?
I don't think there needs to be any adjustments because we played well. Maybe just steal more bases. We kind of didn't really steal, but USC's pitchers, they've always they're known for that, keeping the runners close, and they have a really good catcher. So just try to get some more bags maybe.
So you've settled into that Friday starter role, and with such a young pitching core, how have you felt into more of a leadership role as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at the beginning of the year, I think we didn't have a lot of roles as far as the pitching staff goes. There was a lot of guys that didn't really know where they fell. I think as you know, the younger guys have gotten more innings, they've gotten more confident, and they can always bounce questions off me and other older guys that have been here. So, I think yeah, the leadership's been there for not only me but other guys as well. And the freshmen are always, the younger guys are always able to ask us questions and bounce things off of us. So.
Thanks, Christina. The Gwins would then travel to Happy Valley on Tuesday night to take on Penn State. After going down 11-3, YSU fought all the way back and managed to take a 13-11 lead over the Nittany Lions. Helping lead the comeback was Dylan Swarmer, going 5 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and Drew Dickerson going 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. However, in the end, the comeback would just come up short, as Penn State would prevail, coming away with a 16-15 victory in the bottom of the 9th inning. The team hosted Toledo yesterday in a non-conference matchup, and you can check out the stats from that game at ysusports.com. The baseball team will now hit the road to take on Horizon League opponent Milwaukee in a 3-game series this weekend. Then they will finish up the 4-game road swing as they will travel to take on Pitt on Tuesday. Now we're going to send it over to Christina and Richie at the roundtable for more on the baseball team's recent success.
Hello everybody, welcome to the roundtable. I'm Richie Julian alongside Christina Stanovich. The baseball team has been improving over the past month. They're 7-25 now, 4-8 in the conference, and Christina, their bats have been heating up.
Yeah, their bats are really starting to heat up. They're led by Drew Dickerson right now, the senior from Canada. He's hitting .278. He had a couple triples the other day, but he's really been the hot bat over the last couple of weeks since conference play started and they came home. You've seen a big difference when they've been playing at home more consistently, getting a little bit more rest. But like I said, Drew Dickerson has 10 RBIs, but also Jeff Whaler's doing a really good job hitting in the 4-hole, and he's got 4 home runs this season, tied for the team lead.
Yeah, you mentioned they did come back and they are playing well at home. They're 5-3 at home right now, but don't forget about Blaze Glenn, who's led this team offensively, was just pronounced the Horizon League Batter of the Week, hitting .625 this week, .714 on base percentage with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs, as well as Philip Glasser. He's hitting .260, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 11 RBIs. These 2 guys have combined for almost half of Youngstown State's runs.
And it's really exciting to see Phil Glasser come in and take that big role as a freshman. But one thing that's going to need to improve and build upon is that bullpen, which is a very young bullpen. We talked about this team having a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but their bullpen's going to have to be able to pitch a couple more innings and keep their ERAs down.
Yeah, but one thing, Coach Bertolini does like to go short innings out of the bullpen. We see a lot of guys pitch short innings. For example, you got Brett Souter, who comes out, usually throws an inning. Kiptus Shields will throw 1.2 innings, and Brandon Matthews will also put in an inning or 2 as well. But right now, the starting rotation has formed for Youngstown State.
Yeah, and that's one thing we were very unsure of at the beginning of the season with injuries to a couple of guys. But now you have Colin Clark, your Friday starter. But then this past weekend, we saw Travis Perry have a great start, going almost 8 innings on Saturday. And then Marco DeFalco, as a freshman, also coming in and making an impact both from the bullpen and as a starter, just like Travis Perry.
Yeah, Travis Perry, he went 7.2 innings in his last start, gave it 8 hits, 4 earned runs, obviously his best start of the year. Obviously, he came back after that tough outing and out of the bullpen, came back, did a great job starting pitching. Marco DeFalco has done the same, 4.18 ERA, 4 starts, 23 innings pitched, and he has 13 strikeouts.
Yeah, I think that's something that's really benefiting them right now is that they had the solidity at least 3 starting pitchers, so that over the weekend in this conference series, they can worry more about hitting and not have to worry about being completely solid defensively because your pitchers are going to get the job done for you.
Yeah, obviously right now with the Horizon League standings, you got UIC in first at 7-4, Wright State at 7-5, Northern Kentucky and Oakland split 3 and 4 spot at 6-6, Milwaukee 5-6, and YSU, unfortunately, they are in last at 4-8, but they're only 3 games behind. So this division is wide open right now.
Yeah, we thought we'd see Wright State and UIC come out and take a huge leap ahead of everybody else, but they're doing a really good job battling. They got a win at Wright State for the first time in years last weekend, and so they've been really battling with the teams. We saw them take 2 out of 3 against UIC this past weekend, and that's what's been really impressive is their bats have been heating up as the weather's been heating up, and things have just been clicking for this team.
Yeah, they have been clicking. Yesterday, like you said earlier, the loss to Penn State, they scored 15 runs against a Big Ten team, and out of the bullpen, they're facing tough pitchers that are throwing 90 miles per hour plus. So 15 runs against a Big Ten conference team is a huge leap from what they were hitting earlier in the season.
And one thing is they've been able to take the lead early, and like we saw yesterday, they did get down early, but those bats came back and took the lead. And so you have to have faith in your bullpen, and that's where in the bottom of the 9th inning they struggled, and Kip DeShields ended up giving up a couple runs, and Penn State did win. But that's something they need to improve on, and those freshmen and sophomores just need to step up and get their confidence back.
Yeah, but right now out of the bullpen, it has been mostly freshmen and sophomores coming out. We know there's 20 freshmen and sophomore combined on the team. So for experience, they're going to have a lot of experience for the next following 2 years as you got starting pitchers who are freshmen still.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see where this team can go and build on into the rest of the season and the following seasons to come.
Yeah, they got a lot of work on, and they got a long rest half of the season here, and that's going to wrap it up here at the Roundtable. I'm Richie Juliana alongside Christina Sanovich. We're going to send it back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Now, the softball team was busy this past week playing in 5 games. The team went 3-2 across the 5-game set. In a 2-game series against Niagara University, the Gwins won both games, scores of 8-3 and 6-5. The doubleheader sweep set the program record for consecutive wins at 11. In the opener, both Elizabeth Birkbeck and Grace Sia homered for the Gwins. In the second game, the Gwins rallied from a 5-2 deficit to take the game 6-5. The team next played a 3-game series over the weekend against Detroit Mercy. The Gwins went 1-2 against the Titans, winning 5-2 on the first game of a Saturday doubleheader. In the win, Milena Lakatena sent a grand slam over the fence to break a 1-1 tie in the 6th. The team returned to action last night at home against the Robert Morris Colonials. For stats and scores, go to ysusports.com. Up next for the Gwins is a 6-game homestand. This weekend, Cleveland State comes to town Friday and Saturday, followed by Wright State coming for a 3-game series on Tuesday and Wednesday. Best of luck to the softball team.
The track and field team had a successful turnout this weekend in the Northeast Ohio Quads. The Gwins ended up winning 6 events in the first day at Farmers National Bank Field. Alan Burns was the winner in the 5,000-meter run with a personal record of 14 minutes and 39.36 seconds, setting a facility record. Chad Zallo then tied the facility record for the 110-meter hurdles at 13.71. Zallo's performance earned him Nike Horizon League Men's Runner of the Week. Then Saturday, the team would travel to Lee R. Jackson Track and Field Complex in Akron, Ohio for Day 2 of the event. Nicolette Kritzelis would set a school record in the hammer throw as she threw a second-place throw of 58.77 meters. Kritzelis also earned honors this week, being named the Women's Field Athlete of the Week. The team hopes to build off of that last feat on Friday and Saturday as they will travel to the Miami Hurricane Alumni Invitational in Miami, Florida, as well as the Bucknell Bison Outdoor Classic in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, it is now time for the Penguin Play of the Week. Let's send it over to Matt Ganser, who has more. Matt, take it away.
Thanks, guys. This week's Play of the Week belongs to Blaze Grunn's 3-run homer. Let's check it out. The pitch. Glenn drives one. Deep left field. Back goes the outfielder. It is gone. See you later. Blaze Glenn with a 3-run homer to extend the Penguin lead to 7-3. The Penguins would go on to win this game against UIC 7-3, and Blaze Glenn would also be named Horizon League Hitter of the Week. Now back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Matt. Now let's take a look at a sneak preview of a new segment of Athletes versus Rundown. This time we catch up with the men's basketball team for a game of horse.
Wow.
And that's going to do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to visit ysusports.com. And be sure to follow us on social media at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, all at Penguin Rundown 1. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dom Joseph.
And I'm Kelsey Norris.
And we'll see you right here next week, Penguin Nation.